My name is Kaylin Gilbert, and I'll be speaking about macro variables and macro processing.
So here we have a code, and first and foremost, this %let is a global command statement, and it allows it impacts the entire program, and it allows us to quickly pull out specific information, which would be particularly useful in large data sets. And then we have our data name, where it's located, variable names, and then we have our if statement, and we've got our ampersand, which tells SAS to run. It calls upon the macro statement and runs it through the macro processor, and then our run command, and then after proc print we have noobs, which will remove the observation ranking in our results graph or table, and to me that just looks prettier and makes it cleaner to look at. So we'll go ahead and run the code, and then we get just prostate out of all of the cancer rates data. So it's a quick way to look at it, and just helps us to get something out of a large data file. So if I go back to the code and I want to change it to colon, I can enter colon and run, and then I get colon cancer. That's there. So macro variables so macro codes allow us to make a small change in the program, and that change will carry through and continue throughout the entire program. Macros also allow us to write a piece of a code and use it over and over in the same program or in different programs. With a macro statement in the code, SAS will pass the macro statements to the macro processor, which resolves the macros and generates a standard SAS code. And this information I got from our book. And so we have to use the ampersand in the macro to call up the macro statement. So this tells SAS to run it through here. And we need to have double quotations because SAS won't look for the command inside single quotations. So if we wanted to include all of the data that's in the file, we can just comment the if statement out and run it, and then we get this table which has all of the data pieces. So we'll check our log, no errors. So macros can take longer to write and debug, so we want to use them in programs that will be run more than a couple of times and pretty frequently, and if we want to be able to call upon some specific information within the data, they're a good option. Well, thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.